Rachel Gunn, known as Ray Gunn, an Australian breakdancer who gained attention for her unconventional style at the 2024 Paris Olympics, has responded to critics who mocked her moves. Ray Gunn, 36, went viral after her performance in the Breaking V Girls Round Robin Group D, where she competed against younger and more traditional competitors. Despite...
When I was 13, in 1983, breakdance had made it to Australia, where I lived in rural, regional Western Australia. And it was one of those things where breakdance and hip-hop dance lessons were a thing that rich white surfy boys took. And I went to Bunbury High School, which was a government public school, but there were some rich white surfy dudes that, you know, call it cultural misappropriation if you will, and I do, went off to do these breakdance lessons. And they were pretty good because they were like athletic, because they were like, you know, surfers, and they were young kids, so they were, you know, they were pretty good. But from Compton, we were not. So it's one of those, you know, it's one of those things where, like, in the 80s, Michael Jackson was big. Whether you were black or whether you were white, you were all, you know, assimilating the new pop culture into your mentality, into your experience of music as teenagers in the 80s, right? So anyway, so these surfy dudes that were the same age as me, they were doing these breakdancing lessons. And I was not doing breakdance lessons, but I was a ballroom dancer, actually. But I decided that I would take, I think there was about 8 of them, like these boys in my class. Like I had a massive crush on one of them, right? I decided I would take them out to my elementary school from where I came, in my little town of Donnybrook. I would take them on a bus, and they'd do a breakdancing demonstration at my primary school, at my old primary school, which we did. My parents were school bus contractors, so I got a bus, and I took these fellow kids who were like, you know, we were 13, 20, 14, out to the public school. We went over to a little tiny little town. We went to my little hometown main street with our sheets of cardboards and bits of like linoleum, but mainly cardboard from the cardboard factory. And a few of the kids did like, the guys, they did like breakdancing like in the street, which is just like so funny. Like it's like it was not meant to be. When you're 13, turning 14, it's not like cultural misappropriation. We're not talking like Bring It On, where we're like deliberately taking someone else's culture as exploitation in order to make money or something. It's just, you know, appreciation of the new trend, of the new culture. This is the new thing. People get excited. It changes dance. Anyway, so that was a thing. So I took these kids out and we did breakdancing. And that was in 1983, probably beginning of 1984, at the very latest, 13, turning 14. I reckon if I found those other kids now, and that we'd all be 54, I reckon if we found those old guys now, with their, you know, erectile dysfunction and their hemorrhoids and their broken knees from football and their rheumatic ankles from skateboard accidents in the 90s and, you know, all that sort of thing. I reckon if we rounded them all up, they'd probably put together a better performance than Rachel, whatever her fucking name is, at the Olympic. What was it, a prank? She's pranking us, right? I'm not into competitive sport, but I'm bewildered and betrayed by that as a representation of my homeland. Breakdancing. I'm so embarrassed. Like, it's so cringe. It's just so cringe. Like, if she's a comedian or something and she's just doing it for the crack, but if she was doing it straight, if she honestly thinks, like, how did she get there? Who selected her? What was she doing trying to be a kangaroo? She's not of indigenous blood. Like, kangaroos can't be her totem. Unless she is of indigenous blood. I haven't checked, but she doesn't look like she... I just don't know what to say about that awful, awful thing. Other than, I hope she's okay. She's not going to, like, jump off a fucking cliff or something, because the entire world is laughing at her. Which, if she is a comedian or performance artist and wanted the whole world to laugh at her, I hope she's enjoying herself. But if she thinks that was serious, creative performance that should have been brought to an international platform and event, Lord, please do tell me what you think about the awful, awful breakdancing that Australian woman, Rachel, whatever the fuck her name is, performed at the Olympics. I mean, God. See you when you got nothing on.